Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus here, and today's message is how to write your own spell. And the average viewer that comes to this channel stays 4 to 5 minutes. That person will not find what is searching for today, but for those who stay to the end, you're going to find what you've been dreaming of. Love you guys. Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. And today's message, I'm going to teach you how to write a protection spell. Why would you want to learn that, you might be thinking. And I'm going to give you a couple examples. I live in divine health. When I wrote my book Still Pulls of the Mind, and I had the realization of how energy works, I have not been sick since. Sickness and disease dies when it touches me. And I'll never forget when I first announced this to my friends and family, I had this inner knowing that I was going to live in divine health. It wasn't just talk or hoping. Something changed inside of me, and I knew. And I told my friends and family. And for the last 7 years, my God, they've kept a close eye on me. When all the family and friends get together, and maybe there might be a flu or a cold going around and people are coughing and sneezing, they'll look at me to see, did he get it this year? And my friends, I do not. I live in a divine protection, me and my family. I'm going to share a couple quick stories. I know a lot of you that have been following me know, but for the new people coming, the Christ said, greater works will you do. And I had a pastor one time, as I was sharing these ideas with him, say, well, have you done the greater works? And I was able to say, yes, I have. And my friends, I've been able to transcend time and space in a beautiful, beautiful story. One of my favorites was I had this feeling for a couple of weeks. And my friends that have already heard these stories, please stay with me, because by the end of this message, I'm going to teach you how to write your own protection spells. And what brought this on this morning, I was writing out a protection spell for me and my family. And I thought, you know what, Magus, you don't know how much time you had to be giving these messages, to be making these YouTube videos. This could end at any time. Maybe just because I'm getting tired of making work. We've done over 700 videos. And I thought I need to teach and share everything I know. I've done different promotions, like with our video Magus Message of the Magi. I said, if you bring 3,000 people to this video, I'll teach you magic. And since then, I have been teaching you, but it's time I show you everything. And so please stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to know how to work in magic and miracles, just like the masters, just like the Christ. And the Christ said, greater works will you do. And my friends, I'll share a couple of my greatest stories that I've had. And one of them, for a few weeks, I just had a feeling something bad was going to happen. I knew that it was coming against my children. And so I told my parents and my ex-wife and her new husband and all my friends, keep an eye on the kids. Something's going on. And most of them know I have a prophetic gift. I've proven it many times, even with my ex-wife. And I'll share a story about her next. But I knew something was going to happen. And then one morning, in that place between awake and asleep, that place where we connect to spirit, God took me to the bottom of my ex-wife's driveway. And he had me stand there and he told me to put up a shield of faith. And in my mind, a shield of faith was some kind of like old Roman army shield that goes on your arm or something. But no, he was showing me, it was like a force field. And he gave me the words to speak. The Christ said, I do what the Father does, and I say what the Father says. And so I've noticed every time I've written a spell, God's good spirit has told me the words to say every time, my friends, that magic has happened. He gave me the words and I just repeated them. And so he told me to put up a shield of faith, and I saw myself putting up this force field between the driveway and the street. And this driveway, it was like steep, and my son would love to get on his scooter and go flying down that driveway and out into the street. But unfortunately, it was a pretty busy street, and that morning there was a parked car where he couldn't see the oncoming traffic, and well, let me get back to the story. My ex-wife called me later that morning after I'd come out of my meditation, and God showed me to put that shield of faith up, and then that bad feeling that I had that something bad was going to happen was gone now. And so I knew that's what it was, that my son was in danger of coming down that driveway of the street. And so I knew what it was. I knew it was taken care of. I had a complete peace now. And that morning my ex-wife called me and said, "You'll never believe what happened." And my son was headed down the driveway on a scooter, and my ex-wife could see the car speeding down, and she could see they were going to intersect, and she was yelling for him, but her new husband was mowing the lawn, and Taylor couldn't hear her. And she said when he got to the bottom of the driveway, he just bounced off of an invisible wall. My friends, that is magic and miracles. A good spirit took me out of my body, in time, in space. I went past all those boundaries that people tell you can't do, my friends. And to me, that's greater works than what Jesus did, like he prophesied we would do, because I don't really care about walking on water. I don't care about making a bunch of wine for anybody. But my God, I got excited that my son was not a bloody stain on the freaking road, because good spirit is still all powerful, omniscient, omnipotent, and everywhere. We can do and be anything. But my friends, it takes magic, and you have to believe. And my God, I am hoping and praying that by the end of this video, you're going to have enough faith, and I'm going to teach you to write the spells and to speak the spells and make magic in your life. Another story, my friends. This was with my ex-wife. I've told this story. I don't know if I've told it was my ex-wife. I think I usually said friend, but here it is. It was my ex-wife before we got married, and she was young, probably 15, and she was walking to work, and she was kind of in a bad part of town, and I was hours away in the car with my dad, and she was walking to work, and I heard Spirit tell me to pray. And I said, "Good Spirit, what is it?" And I said, "Is it my mom?" And he said, "No, it's Laura. Pray." And then he gave me the words to say, and I've shared them with you in the initiation into the Order of the Magi. Go and watch that video. And I prayed that spiritual language, my friends, and I got a complete peace. And at that time, we didn't have cell phones. This is a long time ago. When I got home, I said, "What happened?" And I looked at the clock in the car. What happened at this exact precise time that good spirit would speak to me and tell me to pray for you? She broke down in tears. A car full of men pulled over and tried to abduct her. They said, "Grab her." She called out on the name of the Lord. She said they froze like statues, could not move, and she ran off. My friends, that is magic and miracles and power, and you can walk in this power. My friends, hear me. There is a truth that a lot of people don't like right now, but it is very true. The Christ said, "Those that have, more will be given. Those who have not, even what they have will be taken away from them." My friends, it's simple. The rich get richer and the poor get poor. I grew up in a mansion on a lake. My friends, my neighbors were movie stars and rock stars. While my friends were watching their TV shows, watching their concerts, they were at my house playing in my music room, coming and visiting me, my friends. And it's only gotten better and bigger. Why? Because I live in the protection, in the provision, in the health of God. And my friends, it don't mean you have to be rich, but if you want it, you can have it. Don't mean you have to be healthy, but if you want it, you can have it. Don't mean you have to be protected in this life to be spiritual, but if you want it, it's yours, because you are a child of God and you are a powerful creator just like your daddy. But it's up to you. And my friends, I'm going to share with you the prophecy of Thoth, and it's all going to make sense to you. Thousands of years ago, the scribe Thoth wrote this prophecy, and it has come to pass. And my friends, I'm going to show you what to do about it. He had said that a day would come when men would love the darkness over light, when the leaders that called themselves good were actually evil, or when the people would look at the traits like hate and violence and anger and think that's brave and good. And my friends, that has come to pass today. Look at our leaders. They are not good. Even look at the gods, of the Jehovahs and the Allahs. God means the highest principle of good. But look at the good book that they call it, the Bible. Look at the stories. How about Jephthah? Okay, have you ever read the story of Jephthah? He's the great man of honor and valor of the Jewish people. What did they honor and valor him for? Okay, this is in your good book. Don't leave me right now. I know a lot of you right now, you're thinking, no, you don't talk about our Bibles, about our Qurans, about our Jehovah's, about our Allahs. You don't talk about the matrix system gods, or they cut you off because you're in fear. Because I'll tell you why, my friends. They crucify us when we teach the all-loving Father instead of the hateful, vengeful Jehovah. They crucify us, don't they? They like to peel the skin off of our bodies and burn us alive when we speak it. And evolution has put in you to run when you hear this kind of talking. But my God, will you be strong enough to stay here and listen to truth for 1 minute and change your life, change the trajectory of your family, and you'll never have to beg to a deity in the sky that can't hear you, can't see you, and don't care about you anymore, because you will become one with God, with power and magic, my friends. Hear me. They call it the good book. The hero Jephthah. Do you know why he was a Jephthah? Do you know why they every year would celebrate him? Because when he went to battle, he told Jehovah, if you allow me to kill the men, women, and children and come back with all of their treasures, I will offer up as a sacrifice the first person to come out of my home. His daughter, when he came back after killing and slaughter and murder, his daughter came out singing, "Daddy's home, Daddy's home," and he slit her throat and offered her as a burnt offering to Jehovah. And that's your good book. How about Moses, my friends? He said to the soldiers, go kill the men, women, and children. And when the soldiers said, it's wrong, we can't kill the women and children, he said, you will do as I tell you. Do it before me. I will watch you kill them, my friends. But he let them keep the young virgins, the young girls, as their sex slaves. That's your good book. That's your good God. That's your highest principle of good. And you wonder why you're living in darkness. Your gods are dark. Your leaders are dark. Your hearts are dark. And you love it, my friends. If you want to change, if you want to live in good, then you got to run to the light and leave the darkness behind. You've been lied to. You're scared to death. They told you to be spiritual. You got to fear God. Why would you fear good? God and good are the exact same thing. You don't fear good. You fear the death, the hell, the sickness, the murder, the hate, the mixed monster gods that have dragged you down. And my friends, when you let them go and you run to the light, to good spirit, Ahura Mazda, the all good God, my friends, your vibration will change. You are mixed energy right now. You are mixed with hate and violence and perversion and lust. And even though you want to break away, you don't know how, my friends. Today, salvation has come to you. You've been lied to about who God is, about who you are. We're going to restore today God's image. We're going to restore your image. In Asha 13, it says the original word. My friends, the original word is the original idea of God. And when you restore that, vibration, that's what the Christ was teaching us, my friends, to become one again with that all good God. Jesus never taught the hateful, eye for an eye, vengeful Jehovah. When James and John said, let's call down fire from heaven, like the prophet did, because they didn't receive his message, Jesus said to them, you don't know what spirit you are of. Well, they thought they were doing just like their prophets did, like their Jehovah did. But he taught the loving Father. And understand this, my friends, Jesus was Zoroastrian. He was of the Essenes. They were a branch of the Jewish sect that were Zoroastrian. It was the Magi, the Zoroastrian priests, that came and worshipped the child when he was born. It said the Jewish leaders were afraid. My friends, Jesus taught the loving Father. Where did the loving Father come from? That wording came from the Zoroastrian priest, the Zoroastrian priest, teaching all good God that cannot hate, cannot war, cannot kill, cannot destroy, but is all good, all love, all peace, all joy, all powerful, all freedom, magic working, miracle working God. And my friends, you can tie into that today. I've done it. I live in protection, provision, blessings in every area of my life. And my God, I'm inviting all of you to join me, but you got to do something. And my friends, you know, I love this gummy bear deck. People don't like the tarot. As a Zoroastrian priest, they're fine with my astrology because the Magi follow the star. They're astrologers. But I enjoy tarot. I get a lot from it. And if people don't like it, I don't really care. And I've been pulling these cards and I keep getting the Seven of Cups, Seven of Cups, Seven of Cups. So Spirit's trying to get us a message. I will teach you to write spells. Stay with me. But this is important. And I started to look at this and I saw something I've never seen before in this card. I saw something I've never heard taught before. But it's telling us to make a choice. There's 7 choices there. We have victory. We have wealth. We have jewels and castles and all these things, but you have to make a choice. You have to put your focus on one of them. And then I was noticing also, why aren't these pentacles for this? Because the pentacles represent the earth and material wealth and things like this is showing, but the cups are an emotion. And I thought, my God, magic and miracles work through emotions and feelings. You need to pick something in your life. You want health, you want wealth, then you put your focus on it and you use your feelings and emotions, because that's where magic comes from, my friends. And then there's no other way. Get this, my God, understand this. This is revelation right here that will change your life. To connect to Spirit is what it's going to take to reverse this prophecy of Thoth that has taken place. The world is surrounded in darkness, if you haven't noticed. Now, my friends, I live in a different world. There's multi-worlds. We've talked about this, and the gap is getting bigger between light and darkness. I might be living in divine health and blessings, but there's a lot of people in the dark matrix world that are not, and that's why I'm reaching out to you, my friends, and saying you don't have to stay there if you don't want to, but you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to change your idea, because your ideas and beliefs create your vibration, and your vibration creates your world. If you believe that your highest principle of good, God hates, wars, kills, and destroys, that's what your world's going to look like. If you love violence and perversion and war and fighting, that's what your world's going to look like, because that's what you are, because that's what you are vibrating. You got to let that go, my friends. You got to let those ideas that were given to you by the dark system, by parents, by preachers, by religion, by society, you got to let it go. You got to offer a blank slate to good Spirit so that He can show you the highest truth, and instantly it'll resonate with you. God is good. That's pretty simple. My friends, inside of you is a divine spark, a light. And that is the light, the star that the Magi follow to find the Christ. Inside of you is the Christ. You must rise it. We have 33 vertebrae. When you raise the chrism, that oil, the Christ oil, to the hypothalamus, it sits for 3 days. And on the 3rd day, it is raised to the pineal, the place we see God face to face. That is the land flowing with milk and honey. DMT is that yellow honey substance. The serotonin is the milky substance. And my friends, when we kill the beast, the lower desires, the low vibrations of hate and fear and greed, and we keep those low vibrations, those evil vibrations out of us, and we raise those high vibrations. How do we do that, my friends? We do it with the vibration we hold. Jesus said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he who holds my vibration has God life." Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. You can see and know and do all things. My God, that's why when there's a flood, you'll see the dogs run to the hills for safety, and the stupid people laying on the beach rubbing coconut oil on them get washed away because they have not connected to Spirit. My friends, nothing is impossible for you when you connect to Spirit, and inside of you is that light, and you have to follow it. How do you follow it, Magus? you have to meditate. You have to stop all the stories and ideas and lies that have been fed to you all these years. Offer a blank slate to Spirit, and my friends, He will fill your vessel with truth, with love, with peace, with joy, and you'll know for the first time it makes sense. My God, I remember being in Sunday school as a child, and they're telling me these stories of hate and murder and killing, and I'm thinking, this doesn't seem God, this doesn't seem good, but I come to find out I was right. But they tell you, don't you dare question their priest. Don't question their Bible. And they end up at the end of their life thinking, what was this all about? They're living in hell on earth. And my friend, what makes them think it's going to be any different on the other side? You choose your vibration. If you want to choose a God that hates, wars, kills, destroys, burns people in hell, offers His Son as a lamb sacrifice, a blood sacrifice. Get this, my friends, and if you gotta run, run, baby. But for those of us in the order of the Magi, they're moving ahead in magic and miracles and power. Get ready, because here it is. The most evil, vile, satanic people and religions of the world, they sacrifice the most innocent and pure. And what do you see the Jehovahs and the Allahs and the dark system matrix doing? What do they like to do? They like to slit a beautiful, cute little lamb's throat. They want you to think that a father would take his son and have him beat and mutilated and crucified and tortured. And so then, my friends, hey, you don't have to be good now. You can't earn your way to heaven, right? Just when you do the same thing the rest of the world's doing, when you're hating, warring, killing, destroying, cheating, all the same things the rest of the world does, just when you go to bed at night, kneel beside your bed and say, God, forgive me in Jesus' name, because He sacrificed, they tell you, His Son, His most pure, innocent Son, so that, my friend, you're just let off the hook, right? You don't need to change your vibration. You can't do nothing. You're just a puny man. And that's why you look like that and you act like that and you live like that, because you were taught that and you believe that. But here's the truth, my friend. You come from the all good God, good Spirit that's love, peace, joy, power, freedom, health. And my friends, you're made of that same stuff, and that light burns inside of you. And when you let it burn bright, it changes form and it changes the world, and you can change your situation. If you don't like your world, change your belief, change your God, change your vibration, and you can do it today. So Magus, how do I write a spell? I've received the all good Spirit. I understand that good is good and bad is bad. Love is love. Hate is hate, and they can never mix or combine. I've separated that idea. The matrix religions want to combine it, don't they? They're Jehovah's, they're Allahs, they're Shivas. They love sometimes, hate sometimes, create sometimes, destroy sometimes, at peace sometimes, war sometimes. But we've separated that. We've come over to the light side, and now, my friends, you go into your meditation. You put your focus, your emotions, your feelings on what you want, and then Spirit will give you the words to say. Sometimes He'll just give you words, and they might not even make sense, but you say them, and as you speak each word, you feel it. And my friends, the understanding will come, the reasoning will come as they are put together, and then you speak it out and you create in power. My friends, nothing is impossible for you. Today, you've started the journey to changing your life and changing this world. Welcome to the order of the Magi. Share this with someone. Let's grow this. I love you. We'll see you next time.
Holy Spirit, come and fill my mind. In your presence, I